All right.
Okay. I'd like to call a special meeting to order. It's July 22nd, 2024. The time is 5:05 p.m. You get a motion to approve the agenda as presented
I'll make a motion to approve the agenda.
and a second.
I second that.
All those in favor, raise your hand. Agenda is approved. Moving on to approval of new superintendent contracts.
All right, well, good evening again. Seems we meet frequently. Just want to kind of put in perspective for the superintendent search that we were asked to do. It was three weeks to the date today that we came and did a presentation about what it would look like, the timelines and how we go about getting applicants. So you get down 3 weeks later, and here you are approving a contract for your next superintendent. So we normally do a 6 to 8 week process to do a search. This was the abbreviated on steroids per se. But I think we did just for the district. I think you'll have a good candidate with Dr. Smith coming in. So I think that'll be great for you. The contract that's presented was adopted by MSBA with model language to include all the legislative things that have happened the last couple of years. And then your district attorney did actually review it as well to make sure it met with whatever she had for any questions and concerns. And then Dan and I went through it back and forth on the contract parameters, the compensation to make sure it fell in line with area schools and that type of thing. So in the contract, which you have in front of you, it's an 11-month contract because Dr. Smith will start August 1st. It's prorated from a salary of $145,000. So the salary for Dr. Smith is going to be $132,916. Should Dr. Horton have continued on, his would have been a little bit over $143,000 contract. The health insurance cost for Dr. Horton was $36,000 to the district for full health insurance. Dr. Smith, however, is at the age of Medicare where he can't have another insurance program. He can't do an HRA, HSA because of the rules of Medicare. So all he's asking for is $10,000 into a 403B instead of health insurance. As far as paid vacation, Jeff had 20 days per year to be paid out unused vacation days, up to about a $11,000 cost to district. I don't see that cost coming this way with Dr. Smith. He'll be using his vacation days as he has them. Sick leave is included in this contract, but it's not a payout, doesn't go anywhere. Jeff had his paid out into a 403B when it was not used, and that was a $16,000 cost to the contract. Dr. Smith will have 12 paid holidays. Normal contract would have 13, but we're already past July 4th, so we don't have that one in the contract. Just like past contracts, there's a $60 per month allocation for cell phone use. That's still under for Dr. Smith. The interesting one about this is when you're fully vested as a TRA retiree, you don't need to have TRA taken out anymore. So there's no district costs for that. The district had to match an amount to go into TRA every year when you're an active member. So instead of that being paid out to the district, there'll be an allotment put into a 403B for him. No additional cost you would have had if it was an active member. Does that make sense?
What's TRA?
Teacher Retirement Association. So overall in this contract, the district's potentially saving about $58,000 with Dr. Smith and Dr. Horton. But I bring that up because the following year, when you get another person coming on board, there'll be different costs, different salary, different benefits, health insurance. So keep in mind, it may look like a lot the following contract because you're taking big savings this year with the current contract with Dr. Smith. Any questions about the proposed contracts?
Oh, we all read through it. You spent this little amount of time on it. So. And Dr. Smith is happy with where he goes and without them.
Yeah.
Any motion to approve the contract? Yeah.
So could we get a motion to approve the new superintendent contract
I'll make that motion.
and a second?
Second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Motion is approved. Moving on to approval of fuel and milk use bids.
Can we do them separately when you motion
Yeah.
for them?
That's right.
And those were the only bids that came.
Yeah.
And it's very, very difficult to get somebody to do milk anymore after COVID. There's only very few companies that provide milk for schools, so we're lucky we have one that will try.
Who is it?
Prairie Farms.
Prairie Farms. And then UFC was the fuel, right?
Correct. Correct.
Get a motion to approve the fuel bid
I'll make a motion to approve the fuel bid.
in a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Fuel is approved. Milk and juice bids, can I get a motion for the milk and juice bids?
Motion to approve the milk and juice bids.
In a second.
I'll second.
All in favor, raise your hand. Milk and juice bids approved. Number 5, resolution approval of identified official with authority. The Minnesota Department of Education requires the school districts annually designate an identified official with authority to comply with the state access control security standard. Number 1, which states that all users' access rights to Minnesota state systems must be reviewed and recertified at least annually. The identified official with authority will assign job duties and authorize external users access to MDE secure systems for their local education agency. It is recommended the board authorize Kelly Smith to act as the identified official with authority for GFW 2365-01. You get a motion to approve the Iowa for Kelly Smith
I'll make a motion to approve that.
and a second.
I'll second.
All those in favor, raise your hand. Resolution is approved. Jeff, anything you'd like to close with before we have this real fast meeting?
Well, I don't want to speak too much. I know Member Breeze loves a nice long a speech, so I got about 20 pages prepared here. No, I just again I want to say thank you to the board. Thank you to South Central Service Co-op for your work in the search process and making sure that we had some great candidates for the board to consider, and really glad to see the process was able to take place. And I want to congratulate you on hiring Dr. Smith. I think he'll work really hard for the district to really continue to move it forward. And personally, just want to say thank you to our board members, the staff, the community for everything we've done together the last 4 years. Truly appreciate everything that we've done in partnership and all the conversations we've had to support the community and most importantly, the students. So I'm a lifelong fan of GFW, and I will always be cheering for GFW and its success.
Thank you.
We thank you, Dr. Horton, and Godspeed on your new venture.
Thank you.
Okay, anything further? Get a motion to adjourn
I'll make a motion to adjourn.
and a second.
I'll second that.
All in favor, raise your hand.